A former Rockstar Games developer said that in order for Grand Theft Auto 6's gameplay to be at its best, this is something fans are going to have to deal with. We'll be talking about what that is and more all in this video today. So even though we have a decent amount of GTA 6 information, we've got 2 trailers, we've got screenshots, we've got details on the story and the world, we still don't know several things about the gameplay that'll have a big impact on our experience. And one of those is what the frame rate is going to be. Is it going to be 30 FPS? Is it going to be 60 FPS? Is it going to be in between somewhere 30 to 60? We don't know. And traditionally, Rockstar Games have always released on console at 30 FPS, and then if they receive updates to a newer edition of the game, whether it be PC or a next generation version, then they're typically given the 60 FPS upgrade. We've seen that with both Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, and given the rumors, it wouldn't be surprising if Grand Theft Auto 4 receives the same treatment if it gets a next generation update. Again, maybe sometime this year. And so on that subject, we actually heard from Obi Vermeij, who is a former Rockstar Games employee and developer who's worked on titles like Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto 4, GTA 3, etc. And he ended up getting a question from a fan about Grand Theft Auto 6 and if it would be at 30 FPS or 60 FPS. And so they asked him just the other day, hey, Obi Vermeij, in your opinion, why is it so difficult for GTA 6 to reach 60 FPS on base consoles? Or is it actually possible? And he said it's a trade-off. At 30 FPS, you can render twice as many polygons compared to 60 FPS. For a competitive action game, you'd always go for the high frame rate, but for GTA, you might prefer the visual details. So that is an interesting little developer nugget there, that at 30 FPS, you can render essentially twice as many things that you can see. Now, for a game like Call of Duty or a first-person shooter, 60 FPS might be the way to go, but for Grand Theft Auto, 30 FPS might be the way to go so that you can see more of the visual beauty in the game. And just based on what we've seen so far, how big and vast the world of Vice City and the state of Leonida, possibly Gloriana and more is going to be, it's probably likely that 30 FPS will be what we experience. Now, there was a little bit more follow-up as someone said, looks like I won't be playing GTA 6 on release. After 7+ years of 60 FPS, it's literally impossible for me to play games at 30 FPS. It hurts my eyes and it ruins the experience. And he said what is honestly the most simple answer. Rockstar haven't said anything. It may very well be 60 FPS. Now, my personal opinion is if Grand Theft Auto 6 is running at 30 FPS when it launches on May 26, 2026, my recommendation would be like a couple of days or weeks before it comes out, play a game that you know is at 30 FPS, like readjust your eyes and your mind to it. Because if you do go from games that are at 60 FPS or higher and then go back down to 30, it is quite an adjustment. So I do agree with that. However, it might be 60 FPS when it's all said and done. Again, we don't know what Rockstar's plans are here. Now, there was a little bit more follow-up as someone ended up saying, for this type of game with such a large scope, do you think CPU limitations are a factor? Or do you think if it was a priority, team at Rockstar would be able to optimize CPU usage to hit 60 FPS? And Obi said that's a good point. With all the AI and physics for all the cars and characters in the streets, the game will likely be limited by both CPU and GPU. Most games are limited by GPU only. So for GTA 6, it will not be as simple as reducing the resolution a bit or running it on a PS5 Pro to hit 60 Hertz. And that was going to be my next point, is that maybe with the release of the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Xbox Series, whatever they're going to call it, whatever their next Pro version is, that maybe that would be one of those selling features. You get to achieve 60 FPS in Grand Theft Auto 6, but it seems like that won't necessarily be the case because the game is going to be limited by both CPU and GPU. This game is just going to be crazy, and it probably won't be able to achieve the highest graphical fidelity settings until it does get a next generation update, like a proper one like the PlayStation 6, or if it comes out on PC. So if I was a betting man, I would say the game is probably going to be limited to 30 FPS when it arrives. It's what Rockstar's history tells us they're going to do. And just based on developers saying their experience of what it will likely be like, it'll probably be 30 FPS. But let me know in those comments down below, what do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 will be at when it arrives? 30 FPS, 60 FPS, somewhere in between, where there'll be an option to toggle between both like we've seen in other Rockstar titles like the standalone Grand Theft Auto Online. Again, let me know what you think in those comments down below. And then there was another user that wrote this comment. I just thought this was kind of funny. Only 30 or 69 FPS is insane after all these years. Definitely won't be buying it. And then Obi responding, it would be very cool if GTA 6 could run at a solid 69 FPS, which is a funny typo in the context of GTA. Now, this is not new for Obi Vermage. He does this a lot on social media where he'll talk about his past at Rockstar Games or give his opinions on things going forward in the future. I definitely recommend you give him a follow. I'll leave a link to his social media in the description. Now, before we move on, I want to let you guys know this video is sponsored by G2A and their Games on the Go promo. So if you guys don't know, I actually just got back from Ireland. I was on vacation. I spent a lot of time on the plane, a lot of time driving from place to place. And so all I had was my phone and I was playing a ton of mobile games. And if you guys are interested in some, check out G2A with the link in the description and be sure to use my cashback code BOSS to save a little bit extra as well. However, regardless of whether Grand Theft Auto 6 is at 30 FPS or 60 FPS, there's going to be millions of people around the world that are going to be dying to play in it, including F1 driver Lewis Hamilton, who recently did an interview talking about video games. Apparently, he's a big gamer. And in this interview, he basically said, when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, I'm going to have to stop working.
I'm a big gamer. Is anyone here a big gamer? Oh man, I mean, I play a lot of Call of Duty for sure. Yeah? It's something I enjoy. But I like Assassin's Creed, what else? Gran Turismo. I'm dying for the new Grand Theft Auto to come out. GTA 6.
Proper gamer!
Yeah, that's the one I'm waiting for. I have to cancel all my work when that game comes out.
I mean, the new one of this is coming out soon.
Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
We have to quit everything else we do.
It's going out very soon, actually.
So what's pretty convenient for Lewis is actually in the 2026 F1 schedule, there's a small break right around the time when GTA 6 is set to come out on May 26, 2026. So that'll work out nicely for Lewis Hamilton. Hopefully there are no other delays for not only his sake, but pretty much everyone else in the world's sake. We want this game to come out soon and as soon as possible. And if you can get a break from your work right around the time when it comes out, that's just a nice bonus. Let me know in those comments down below also, what are you guys planning to do when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out? Are you going to be in school? Are you going to be working? Are you going to take time off? Are you going to wait till the weekend to ultimately play it? Let me know what your plans are in those comments down below, as well as everything else we discussed in this video today. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.